Women hating to see men be happy. They hate to see it. So many women, even if they're married or have a boyfriend, they're like, ugh, I hate when he's happy. Ugh, he's smiling. Ugh, gosh. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand why a woman would want a man to be unhappy or why she just doesn't feel comfortable when he is happy. It is a sign of insecurity. It is a sign of...
Control is easier when their target is demoralized. And women don't know or understand how to manage a content man.
This is why women attack men when they're happy.
Women attack men when men are happy?
Mm-hmm.
What's an example? Oh, like sports.
Exactly. Ugh, he's so full of himself. And we'll do something to take him down.
So wait, why do women do that?
Because happiness and power comes together in a man's body, and the power is scary. And so we have to diminish the power. So we will attack them when they're happy. They come home, they caught a big fish, or whatever it was they did. If it wasn't something that I did that gave you that feeling, then that's a problem. We never say, you hurt my feeling.
No.
You hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Because they're all right here, and it feels like you stabbed me in the chest or you crushed.
Simply put, if a man is happy, he still has some energy left that needs to be exploited and used in their favor to get what they want.
Nothing makes a woman more angry than seeing a man happy. Okay, especially happy with your own personal life. If you're around a woman or if you're dating a woman and she sees you're genuinely happy, she's sitting there going, wow, look how nice of a guy this guy is, going on in his own life, going about his own time, going about his own terms, liking what he's doing, in a state of peace. Oh yeah, watch her try to add some confusion and some complexity. Watch her try to just find things to say and find things to do to make you do more for absolutely no reason. Watch how angry she gets and watch how frustrated she gets just seeing you at ease and at peace. If you like watching that sports game on TV, watch her make comments about it, how it's a waste of time. If you like playing video games, watch her say what a waste of time it is. If you do something productive and you like to go work out, watch her tell you that all you do is sit in the gym, and if you're pretty good at making money, watch her tell you how boring you are because all you do is work. No matter what, you will not be able to win because their natural nature is to deceive you.
But she will celebrate happiness that comes only through her, not from anywhere else. Such women have made men quit dating altogether. It's not just worth it.
When a man is handsome, educated, and makes good money but is still single, what's his problem?
He found peace in being single. Like, he just enjoys his life a little too much. Why mess with that?
Women get annoyed by guys that are happy all the time. In their weasel woman mind, they're thinking, why are you so happy? Why aren't you doing something? Why aren't you going and creating tension? Why do I feel nothing? That's literally what they think when you're just a jolly, happy old guy all the time. Because life is fucking serious. The women need to be in La La Land. The women can be like, la-di-da-di-da-di, with the flying cars and the nonsense. The man needs to be serious. Life is not a fucking playground.
We all know how hard it is for women to accept that men can be happy and their species have nothing to do in it. How disrespectful it is for them. So to even things out, they try and ruin your life too.
Y'all, being single is actually really fucking nice. Holy shit, after being in a relationship and experiencing it again, so much freedom. You don't have to worry about another person, their actions, or how they hurt you. You have so much more opportunities. I forgot what this felt like. And I'm happy I got it. You know what I mean? Like, I used to complain about being single, especially like being gay. It's hard to find someone that you're really into and like get into a relationship, but I really wasn't missing much. And I'm so thankful that I went through what I went through, because now I don't got to do that shit again until I want to. The longer I'm single now, the less I want to be in a relationship. And you know what? I stand on that.
A lot of you women don't realize you might be using dangerous words or phrases that affect your man much more than you realize. Most women do this without even knowing it and accidentally kill their man's attraction toward them. Your words hold tremendous power, so whether you speak life or death into someone, it can have a significant consequence to those around you while you are in the center of it all. I used to cuss. pretty regularly, if not around people I respect or elderly, and reason being my environment, my choices, my group of acquaintances. I picked up a bad habit. I moved in with these siblings, and the brother didn't cuss at all. Never seen him say a bad word, and the more I conversed with him, the more I heard our conversation and thought, wow, my sentence is probably pretty aggressive, pretty nasty sometimes. Not really the type of woman I want to be representing. And the more I talked with him, I noticed it more and more. Now, not saying intentionally, but out of the bad habit. And I saw myself in a lighting I had never really seen before, which wasn't very bright. At least not as bright as I want to portray. It wasn't soft, and it wasn't love. It wasn't what I wanted my kids to grow up around. So even though I still am on that journey, I still struggle with it. I became very conscious with the words that I say, if I can, and realized that what you say is who you are, and a reflection of whose you are.
This is the biggest issue of this generation, and yet nobody is learning to better themselves.
I'm just going to talk about this comment that was left on one of my videos, and there's quite a few men that leave similar comments to this, and this proclamation that, you know, this is why men are staying single. And this is obviously not all men, but there is a reason why men do this, and the reason that men say I'm staying single, which in other terms basically means I'm also willing to have a string of hookups that mean nothing to get my own needs satisfied, is that the reason that they do this is because they are not willing to face themselves. Any man that says, you know, I'm staying single is because they do not want to be in a situation that is causing them to face parts of themselves that have been denied, that have been repressed, where they are not taking accountability for the way that they show up in relationships. And obviously, if they're not in relationship or opening themselves up to the right person, they're not going to have this mirroring. And so by isolating and saying, you know, this is why men are staying single, it's just basically another way of saying, I don't want to face myself. Because unfortunately in Western society and sort of in the modern world, men are becoming apathetic, they're becoming more feminized. And when wounded feminine energy shows up in men, it causes them to lack accountability, to not want to take responsibility, to be flighty, to not commit to things, which is automatically a massive turn off to women that are in a healed feminine energy. And so the sorts of women that they would actually, you know, thrive in relationship with, they're not attracting anyway, because they're not opening themselves up to the possibility that actually they're the ones that are responsible for the type of women that they're actually pulling in the first place. And so it becomes this vicious cycle. But when men say, you know, that they're staying single as an act of, you know, trying to control their circumstances, the reality is underneath that they're feeling very much out of control. And because they don't have a language for communicating, you know, what's going on underneath, because no man that is in a healed masculine energy is going to make this proclamation and decide that he's going to be single for the rest of his life. Because when you look at the way that obviously masculine energy thrives in life, it is to build, it's to continuously have something to move towards, to build some sort of legacy for self, and to feel as if they're creating a foundation, you know, and building something. And so when you're saying, you know, I'm cutting off my own growth, which is obviously what comes from being in a relationship anyway, they're automatically showcasing they're not actually in their masculine. Because to get to the end of your life and basically look back and say, you know, I worked a job that was okay, that paid the bills, sat on my own money so I didn't have to pay anything, you know, for women, and, you know, got to the end of my life with a string of hookups. You look back at that as a legacy for a male, and the level of regret that would come with that is not going to feel good. So if a man makes this proclamation, then this is what he really means. And emotional fulfillment in life comes from the depth of intimacy we have with our partners, with the people that are closest to us. And when we cut ourselves off from that and the possibility of exploring that, we don't live an emotionally fulfilling life. We live a life that's filled with surface level distractions, surface level projections that don't actually lean into anything of depth. And so when a man says this, he's likely very much in his feminine, in an apathetic energy where he doesn't want to commit to things. And so within a relationship, he's not going to take accountability. This is obviously very different for a man that chooses to stay single until the right person comes along and works on himself in the meantime. This is an attribute of a healthy masculine male, and a man that's able to concentrate and focus his energy in such a way that's actually going to be really supportive and conducive once the right partner shows up, or once he's ready to take that step with the right partner. And this is the sort of dynamic and mentality that actually breeds and calls in soul connection as well, because the man is anchored into his masculine energy as opposed to dismissing the concept of relationship altogether, which is naturally a byproduct of being very wounded. And soul connection in and of itself can only come in when you are truly connected to yourself, whether you're male or female. So if you don't have a deep understanding of, your own psyche, the way that you operate, of your own triggers, where you're not taking accountability and reconciling that internally, you're not actually in a position to attract in what would be like a deep soul connection anyway. So all of these things are interconnected. They all play into one another. But the difference is that when you are connected to self, you see the mirroring and the divinity in others. When you are not connected to yourself, you see through the eyes of separation, of somebody else wanting to take from you, as opposed to being with an open and generous heart that actually allows you to feel the fullness of what a relationship can actually bring for you.
With zero irony, she says, when men show up with feminine energy, they lose all sense of accountability. So lack of accountability is feminine. Well, that certainly explains a lot about this video. All of this rant is nothing but trying to again demean men for their choices.
Why do you think so many men feel like the dating game is stacked against them right now?
God. Men are continued to be persuaded into selecting women who are signaling for short-term dating. And the reason that I say that is men, and this is proven across time, across cultures, they have discernment around short-term dating and mating versus long-term dating and mating. And the reason that that's important is women now, with the cultural changes, with feminism, with the influence of empowerment via promiscuity, they're all signaling for short-term mating strategies. And so men are attracted to these women. They'll sleep with these women. They certainly will come, but they don't stay. And so women say that they want long-term partners, and the expectation of men is to be everything that a long-term mate would be, but they're not signaling the right things for men to commit to, nor would they want to. And so now it's making men the enemy for not wanting to commit to women who are not up to the standards that men have when it comes to choosing a woman to commit to long term. And so the confusion and the frustration for men is that there are no viable, not many viable mates as far as options when it comes to somebody that they could actually settle down with, commit to, and build a family with. And so the frustration for men is valid. They're not confused, they're wise. And women can either continue to attack men and say that they shouldn't have standards, or they're insecure, or they're controlling, or they're whatever they want to label them, to deflect any level of accountability or awareness around maybe their behavior or the way that they present themselves or how they carry themselves or their history with access and sexuality is not at all what men actually want nor look for when it comes to a woman to settle down with.
Women are as shallow as a puddle. All you have to do is look around you to see what she's saying is absolutely true.
Y'all be trying to check and see if y'all nigga cheat. How many times y'all niggas smiled today? How many times y'all nigga crack a laugh?
Damn. Yeah, a lot of women, they could care less if their man is happy. They're checking that phone. They're checking that Instagram. They're checking all social media platforms to make sure that man isn't cheating. This is why I say women don't have intuition. Because if you had intuition, then you wouldn't be checking to see if your man is cheating. You would know your man is cheating. And if you truly had intuition, you would know that your man is unhappy. And you would do things to make that man happy, because when he's happy, he makes sure you happy. So by making sure your man is good, in return, you're good. But no, check his phone, check social media, see if he's been liking pictures. Let's just nag to death. Yeah, that's it.
I enjoy being single, like I genuinely do. And I don't think people appreciate this enough. Like, don't get me wrong, of course it's great to find your person, all that X, Y, and Z, right? But I'm saying I enjoy being single in the sense of me not rushing into literally nothing. Like, not even trying to be in a relationship, just not rushing at all. A lot of times y'all be rushing into relationships and asking for certain things from the man above, but y'all don't even be ready to receive those gifts. So next time you asking for a relationship or you asking for something, make sure you're in a position to receive those gifts from the Most High.
Getting a chance to learn yourself is beyond great. It helps you to prioritize yourself in all aspects of life. Highly recommend it.
Have you guys noticed that most married men aren't actually happy? Most married men are lying to themselves and gaslighting themselves into thinking that they're happy in a marriage which is loveless, sexless, where the woman always argues and belittles and emasculates them. Their wife endlessly nags at them while they're working full-time, trying to provide for her, for the family. Women will often victimize themselves and say that their mental load is overbearing. Meanwhile, the man has to look at the big picture, worry about the wife, the kids, working every day, endlessly paying for all of the bills, providing. He has to worry about investments, about retirement, about the college funds for the kids. Meanwhile, the woman only has to worry about preparing dinner, keeping the house clean, making sure that the kids are happy and healthy. The woman will say that she's overstimulated just because she has to cook dinner and keep the house clean. But they never stop to consider the mental load that men have. Most men stay in relationships so they don't lose everything, so they can see their kids and they don't have to split custody. It's truly so sad how many men gaslight themselves into staying in a relationship where both parties are not happy and they feel like they can't speak up because they have a wife who berates them or emasculates them and belittles them on the daily.
My male friend legit just said he stays because of his son, and it's cheaper than paying child support. Keeping her is cheaper really is true, and single men need to be aware of this before they sign up for any of this trauma.
I don't crave someone in my bed. I don't really crave on going on many dates. One thing that I'm sort of confronted within myself is that I actually, having worked on myself and had that growth, I'm super happy single. I'm feeling healthy, I work super hard, my purpose is tapped into. Yes, I would love to be with someone, but I think I've got so content with being just me and fearful of attracting someone who can ruin that, that has made me, if anything, more avoidant, the person that I attracted previously.
So it's a great place to be. The fact that you don't need anyone is a brilliant sign because it means you're not going to settle. You're not coming at it from a perspective of scarcity or desperation or codependence. It's, I know who I am, I know my value, I trust myself, I have big trust, and that means that when that person comes into your life who is additive and not, oh no, I need to keep you, you will know.
The longer you go without a relationship, the harder it gets to stay in one.
There's one thing that drains a man faster than anything else in a relationship.
Yeah.
And most women do it every single day without realizing.
Yeah.
It's not about what you're saying, it's how you're saying it.
Mm-hmm.
The tone of voice. A lot of women don't realize they've stopped using that soft, warm voice with their man.
Yeah.
Everything comes out sharp. Complaining about this, nagging about that, bringing up what he didn't do. And when was the last time you said something genuinely positive? Not sarcastic, not backhanded, just appreciative. Most of the time it's 90% critical and maybe 10% positive, if that.
Yeah.
And then we wonder why he seems distant or checked out.
Yeah.
That constant negativity, it's draining. Every man needs a place where he feels safe, respected, and welcomed, not spoken to like he's already failed before he even tries. Because when a man feels valued, he naturally gives more, loves harder, and shows up better, and it brings out the version of him you always wanted.
Yeah.
Your man craves your softness,
Yeah.
your warmth. He needs to feel like you actually like him.
In German, they say, the tone makes the music. Therefore, the tone always sets the mood. The tone also always creates resentment.
I've never heard a man complain about having to lead in the relationship as long as he feels loved and respected.
If he doesn't feel loved, appreciated, or respected, then it's exhausting.
Yes, exactly. That's the
If
only
she's
time.
complaining that you're not doing enough and you feel like, man, I'm carrying this whole relationship, I'm doing all the work, I'm paying for everything, I'm doing all the chores, and you still don't respect her.
Exactly.
Then it's exhausting.
Exactly. On the flip side, though, there are tons of women who, at a certain point, they don't want to have to be the leader of the relationship.
Bro, being single for too long, it starts to take effect on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you start to get so comfortable being by yourself that when you get around someone, it's like, it kind of feels like it's a hassle. You know what I'm saying? It kind of feels like, damn, like, do I really want to talk to this person? Do I really want to, like, you feel me? Do I really want to deal with this person? Conversate every day, things like that. Like, when you get to that point of single, like, when you haven't talked to anybody in fucking years, I'm talking about years, you be like, damn, it's like, I'm good with being by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the reason why I'm by myself. You feel me? Like, it gets to that point, and it really starts to take effect on your mentality of even like conversating with people and having like casual talks. And it seems like it's just like a lot. And it's like, damn, I got to go through this. I got to do this with this person. I got to do this with this person. Like, damn, I don't think I want to do this.
When you have been single for so long, to a point when someone is interested in me, I just get uncomfortable and walk away. It just feels weird, like the feelings of something is off.
Women can destroy a man's kingdom. David's kingdom almost got destroyed. Solomon destroyed over women. The most wisest, richest person in the world. What does that mean? That means that we must guard our hearts as men. Our hearts are for God and God alone. If you're in a home with a quarrelsome woman, you must end the relationship. Give her the house. Give her the house. Leave. Leave. You need to protect your kingdom, okay? And you need to build with a woman that is going to be under your full submission.
I don't know what women need to hear this, but hear me clear. If you got a man that loves you, if you got a man that's trying, that's doing everything in his power to get better and rise to the occasion of loving you, stay there. Because it's easy for you to be like, I can have anybody I want, because you can. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want me, and that's probably true because you're beautiful. But you will quickly find out that a lot of the motherfuckers that want you, you don't even want. And a lot of men that want you will never love you, will never try as hard as the man that you are with right now, will never rise to the occasion of loving you. Sometimes that's the illusion. You'll be like, oh, you don't know how many men ask for my number. You don't know how many men I can have anybody I want. You don't be wanting people. That's very rare. So if you're in a relationship with a man who doing his very fucking best to learn you, to love you, to get better on behalf of loving you, stick the fuck around, because I'm trying to tell you that a lot of people want you, but a lot of people don't have the capacity to keep you, love you, or take care of you. Do not let the illusion of all these men wanting your number and liking your pictures and getting in your head even fuck you out of a good person that actually care about you.
Grass ain't greener on the other side. Social media has so many of us fooled, it's sad. This goes for the women who thrive on hypergamy especially, because in the end, they might be left with nothing. Thanks for watching Manhood. If you want access to exclusive episodes and want to support the channel, hit that join button and become a member. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it hit home. Drop your stories and thoughts in the comments. We read everyone. See you tomorrow.